cell unit of life है ना, it completed till cell wall and cell membrane. So in today's class, we'll look further in this chapter. That is, we'll go ahead with something called as endomembrane system. Yeah. So this is what we wanted to start with. We wanted to go ahead with. That is going to be our endomembrane system. Yes, better. Well, so any conclusion, any doubts in cell wall and cell membrane that we had done in the last class? किसी को कोई doubt है? याद भी है क्या किया था? पूरा स्ट्रक्चर हमने कंप्लीट किया था सेल मेम्ब्रेन एंड सेल वॉल का. या यूकैरियोटिक सेल से हमने लास्ट क्लास में स्टार्ट किया एंड वी वेंट अहेड विद cell wall composition. We saw that how the wall is made up of, what are the constituents the wall is comprised of. Then we saw how glucose molecules together will make up the cellulose molecule, how many cellulose molecule will make up one micelle, or fibril, how many fibrils will make up your microfibril. Like in detail, we had done the structure of cell wall, then we had seen something called as primary cell wall, secondary cell wall, which was formed by apposition. That is what we had seen in the last class. So we have got S1, S2, S3. I had shown you via the diagram. Primary cell wall composition we had seen as pectic substances, cellulose, hemicellulose, all will be present in the primary cell wall. Secondary cell wall, there is going to be a deposition of something called as lignin. So generally lignin, lutein and suberin will be added on to the gaps between the secondary cell walls to make it rigid and strong. So that is the way we saw S1, S2, S3 in the last class. Then we saw the internal structure, how there is cross-linking of the glycan with the cellulose microfibrils, how the pectin are going to be arranged in a spirally coiled form. And we also saw that when the fruit is going to ripen, it is the pectin that is going to get dissolved by the proteolytic enzyme. So because of this है ना, वो लूज हो जाता है. फ्रूट का जो वॉल है वो या वेजिटेबल का वॉल है वो कैसा होता है, लूज हो जाता है ना. This is what we had seen. Yeah. Then we had seen about the secondary wall as S1, S2, S3. Yes. We saw what is the difference between FITs and plasmodesmata. Both the differences we have understood in the last class. We also saw that there are few intercellular spaces like lysogenous cavity, schizolysogenous cavity, schizolysogenous cavity. So we saw the differences between each of them. Then we came with plasma membrane. There were different models that were proposed, but the most accepted model was the fluid mosaic model that was proposed by Singer and Nicholson. मैंने आपको बताया कि सिंगर और निकोलसन के बारे में कितनी बार पूछ चुके हैं वो लोग अपने previous years examinations में. So you're not supposed to forget the name fluid mosaic model and the people who have, or the scientists who have proposed this fluid mosaic model. Okay. So even I explained what is fluidity to you. Do not forget that. We saw all four permeabilities, that is freely permeable, impermeable, semi-permeable, and selectively permeable. So you have seen all of them also. A fluid mosaic diagram, polar head, non-polar tail, सब कुछ with the tunnel proteins and the peripheral proteins, integral proteins. Passive transport इसमें कैसे होता है, how osmosis will take place, how active transport will take place, Na plus K plus pump was the example of active transport. All these details we have done in the last class, and today we go ahead with the continuation of the chapter, but subtopic is different. Now this subtopic is going to be associated with something called as endomembrane system. I explained this slide to you stating what do you mean by the word endomembrane system. So that is what we are going to look into its details. That is when different organelles will come together to have the structure and function which will be distinct, but they are coordinated. So एक का finished product will be the raw material of the other. So that is what we had seen. And we also came to know that there are 4 different organelles that are associated with endomembrane system. The first being endoplasmic reticulum, second is Golgi complex, third is lysosomes, and fourth is vacuoles. So these 4 together comprise of your endomembrane system, correct? Apart from endomembrane system, जो बाकी हम देखने वाले हैं आगे, that is going to be mitochondria, chloroplast, peroxisome, glyoxysome, spherosome, that is microbodies, cytoskeleton, cilia, flagella, centriole, nucleus, ribosomes. ये जो सारे और दूसरे जो हम सेल ऑर्गेनल्स के बारे में स्टडी करने वाले हैं, these are not a part of endomembrane system, but as an organelle, we have to study each of them in detail. Okay, so today we go ahead with the components of the endomembrane system, the first being endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what do you mean by this word endoplasmic reticulum? The very first and most important point is endoplasmic reticulum is, yeah, beta. Yeah, speak, you're trying to say something.
In between.
I couldn't get you, sorry. Is there any network issue? No, there is no network issue now. Is there any network issue? There is no network issue.
No, ma'am.
In my place, there is no network issue now. Because if
I think it is lagging for me.
Maybe. Others, are you all able to hear me clearly?
Yes, miss.
Ma'am, his voice is lagging for us too.
Okay. So maybe because from my end, there is no network issue today. So anyway, so what I was talking about was endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum ka sabse first and most important point is endoplasmic reticulum is going to be the continuation of the nuclear membrane. Now see, a cell will have a nucleus. Okay. Nucleus will have a covering called as nuclear membrane. And the nuclear membrane ka continuation will be your endoplasmic reticulum. Fine. So the nuclear membrane and the endoplasmic reticulum are in close association. There will be small areas from where, you know, it will be continued. So in the diagram, you can very well see that is this blue color ka part that you can see. Wait 1 minute. Where is my pointer? I'll show you. Yeah. See, here you can see this blue part. Here you can see this blue part very clearly. This is the nuclear membrane. Okay. And from the nuclear membrane, this opening, that is that brown greenish color ka opening you can see, which is continued to form such type of, structures, which is going to be your endomembrane and endoplasmic reticulum. So what is endoplasmic reticulum? It's an extension of your cell, your nuclear membrane. So see, it's just foldings of the nuclear membrane outwards from the nucleus towards the periphery. Okay, so that is how your endoplasmic reticulum is going to be made up of. Fine. It's going to be composed of lipoproteins. That means it's going to have lipids as well as proteins present in it. The proteins would be around 60% and the lipids would be around 40%. So that is the content of the ER or the endoplasmic reticulum. Fine. ER is going to be a network of highly branched fine tubules. You can see there are so many tube-like structures over here. See here, these are the tube-like structures. So these fine tubules, they are going to be very fine. They're going to be thread-like. They're going to be numerous and they're going to be branched everywhere. Okay. Its one end is connected with the nuclear membrane. So you can see this end. ये देखो, ये वाला जो end है, it is connected with the nuclear membrane. Whereas the other membrane will be connecting the plasma membrane. That means एक cell है, cell के अंदर nucleus है, nucleus के side से ये endoplasmic reticulum बनने को start हो गया, वो move हो रहा है to touch the plasma membrane also. इतना extensive network हो सकता है of your endoplasmic reticulum. So it's going to be beginning from the nuclear membrane and it's going to proceed towards the periphery near the plasma membrane of our cell. That's our cell membrane. Okay. It is composed of 3 types or 3 forms which can be seen very clearly. That is cisternae, vesicles and tubules. Now, these detailings are not given in your books. Your textbooks are not talking anything about the structure of the endoplasmic reticulum, but it will be very easy for you all to understand when I talk in detail about these individual structures. Okay, so let us understand each of them in detail. So here देखो, look at this particular diagram. This blue color is going to be the nucleus. These dots on the nucleus would be called as the nuclear pores. Nucleus we're going to study in detail eventually. This is the nucleolus of the nucleus. Now, what is the function of nucleolus? The nucleolus is predominantly associated with manufacturing of rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA. जब मैं nucleus पढ़ाऊंगी ना, that time I'll talk more in details about them. Then here you can see something called a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, why is it smooth? Because it does not have ribosomes attached to it. ठीक है? On the other hand, here you can see the ribosomes being attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, and therefore this particular group of your ER are going to be called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough because there is going to be presence of your ribosomes at different places. Studded होते हैं ये. ओके जैसे डायमंड स्टडेड होते हैं अपने रिंग में ना, वैसे ये राइबोसोम स्टडेड होते हैं एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के ऊपर. फाइन, देयरफॉर वी कॉल इट एज योर आरईआर. So this is the basic structure that we are going to talk about. Then we talk about each and every part of it. That is, just now we said ER is made up of 3 different components: cisternae, tubules, and vesicles. So let us see in detail what are the cisternae, tubules, and vesicles. First, it's going to be the cisternae. Cisternae are flat, unbranched, tubular structures which are found arranged in parallel rows. So you can see this, ये स्क्वायर्स के जैसे दिख रहे हैं बेटा आपको, एक के ऊपर एक ऐसे सैंडविच के जैसे बनाया है. अपना ट्रिपल लेयर्ड सैंडविच कैसे होता है ब्रेड का, 3 ब्रेड एक के ऊपर एक कैसे रखे हुए हैं, वैसे यू कैन वेरी क्लियरली सी 3-4 स्टैक्स ऑफ दी सिस्टर्ने. सो ये जो ट्रायंगुलर अपना रेक्टेंगुलर या फिर स्क्वायर टाइप के ये जो पीसेस है ना, one upon each other, those are unbranched. Unbranched means they are almost square or they are almost rectangles. Okay, and they are going to be found arranged in parallel rows. एक के ऊपर एक ऐसे parallel rows में stack होते हैं. It is generally granular due to the presence of ribosomes. So granular का मतलब होता है presence of ribosome अगर है तो it will be granular in structure. Fine. It is mainly found in cells actively indulging in protein synthesis, especially the liver cells. The pancreatic cells will have a load of these cisternae. Okay, so why are they going to be actively, why are they going to have so many stacks of cisternae? Because they are actively involved in protein synthesis. And protein synthesis के लिए ribosomes are called as the protein factories. So where are the proteins going to be manufactured? The proteins are going to be manufactured inside the protein factories, that is the ribosomes. So without a ribosome, protein synthesis is not possible. Agreed. So for this protein synthesis to take place, what is the important component? Ribosome. So ribosome अगर endoplasmic reticulum को अगर ribosome attached है, तो जितने ज़्यादा ribosomes attached है, उतना active protein synthesis होता जाएगा बेटा, right? And that is the reason your cisternae of liver and your pancreas, which are, you have already studied digestion chapter, right? So digestive system आपका chapter complete हो चुका है. So you know what is the function of liver and pancreas, how they are involved in, synthesis of enzymes and different type of digestive juices and all. So you require a lot of proteinaceous material for that. And therefore they are going to be predominantly present in liver and pancreas. Fine. Yeah. What is your doubt, my dear? Why is rough endoplasmic reticulum connected with nucleus? No, it's not connected with nucleus. It's going to be present inside the nucleus. ER. Yeah, because whatever our system requires, in the form of proteins or lipids will be given as a signal by the nucleus. Nucleus is considered as the remote control of our cells. So the nucleus will send a message across endoplasmic reticulum. The body or the cells require, say, proteins. ओके जब प्रोटीन चाहिए करके सिग्नल आता है तो एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम तुरंत उस ऑर्डर को एग्जीक्यूट करता है and on execution it makes something called as the raw proteins. Now what will happen to those raw proteins will come to know because endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complexes also are going to be very closely associated. So that is what one thing leads to another. So the impulse, the signal will be given by the nucleus ki the cells want this particular thing. तो जो चाहिए जो डिमांड है सेल का या जो डिमांड है ऑर्गन का या ऑर्गेनिज्म का उसको फुलफिल करना is the role of endoplasmic reticulum. No one else will directly do it. So active protein synthesis and lipid synthesis is the predominant role of endoplasmic reticulum. जो raw material है, जो finished good नहीं है, okay? इसलिए they are associated. Got it? Green screen है? Green screen आ रहा है?
No,
सबके लिए?
ma'am. It had come, but it went also in 10-15 seconds. So
It went now? Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. What do you want me to explain? The last point of cisternae, yeah, it is mainly, see, where are these cisternae going to be predominantly found? See, they are found everywhere. In all cells, each and every cell will have one nucleus, and every nucleus will have endoplasmic reticulum associated with it. But dense network of endoplasmic reticulum, especially the cisternae part of the endoplasmic reticulum, is going to be found in those particular cells which are actively involved in protein synthesis. Okay, so ये जो liver cells होते हैं उनको बहुत ज्यादा फंक्शन है प्रोटीनेशियस प्रोडक्ट्स उनको बनाने हैं एंजाइम्स बनाने हैं डाइजेस्टिव जूसेस बनाने हैं बहुत सारी चीजें बनानी है so for that they require a lot of amount of proteins so when they require more of proteins to be synthesized there has to be more of cisternae associated with ribosomes so that is the reason they are going to be found in liver and pancreas okay vesicles I have not started explaining, my dear. I have not started explanation of vesicles. I am just into cisternae right now. Okay, I'm starting with vesicles now. Okay, so the second part of endoplasmic reticulum. Second part का मतलब क्या है? ये इसका सबका mixture होता है. Some amount of cisternae, some amount of vesicles, some amount of tubules. ये सारे है ना एक दूसरे से connected है to make your endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so let us talk about the vesicles. Vesicles are round spherical structures which may be about 25 to 500 microns. It is found scattered in the cytoplasm. So they are, like going to be pinched off from the endoplasmic reticulum के cisternae or tubules. Pinched off का मतलब समझते हो? What do you mean by pinched off? देखिए जब हम रोटी बनाते हैं ना तो हम आटा भूनते हैं उसका बराबर है तो जो आटा भूनने के बाद वो इतना बड़ा आटा है लार्ज बॉल ओके अब उसमें से हमें छोटे छोटे बॉल्स बनाने हैं सो व्हाट डू वी डू वी जस्ट पिंच आउट you understood what is pinching out now just separating a small piece of the main content is called as pinching off so these vesicles are nothing but they are the pinched off section either of the cisternae or the tubules fine so therefore they are saying that these pinched off or these small rounded structures have to be scattered in the cytoplasm okay what will they contain is important see it is found well scattered in the cytoplasm it is mainly found in protein forming cells it is also a granular structure granular structure का मतलब होता है it is going to be having ribosomes present on it so granular ये जो word है it is associated with the ribosomes attached to it here in case of ER okay the third is the tubules fine it is tubular नाम से ही पता चल रहा है tubules है तो tubular है it is tubular highly branched तो ये देखिए यहाँ पर आपको tubules दिखाई दे रहे बेटा कितना branching है पूरा ऐसा जाली बना के रखा है complete dense network so they are tubular and they are highly branched structures found near the cell membrane that is towards our peripheral area of our cell it is a smooth structure generally due to the absence of ribosomes but even ribosomes may be present to make it rough. It's not like that way, it's always smooth. It is mainly found in the cells associated with lipid synthesis, that is cholesterol, glycerides, hormones, etc. Okay, तो RER and SER ये दो type of endoplasmic reticulum है. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is simple, उसके ऊपर ribosomes नहीं होते हैं. Rough endoplasmic reticulum get the appearance of roughness because of the presence of ribosomes. Okay, so तीन part समझ में आ गए. What is endoplasmic reticulum altogether made up of? Cisternae, vesicles, and tubules. Cisternae are flat, tube-like structures but not branched. On the other hand, tubules are going to be like tubes and they're going to be highly branched. Cisternae are going to be, near the nuclear membrane, and tubules are going to be near the periphery of our cell membrane. वो जो long distance cover किया है. Okay, fine. Then look at the difference between SER and RER. ये क्वेश्चन आपको हमेशा आपके एग्जाम्स में आता है. कौन से वाले? कॉलेज के एग्जाम में, कि डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन SER एंड RER. ऐसा वाला क्वेश्चन एकदम फेमस है और देयर आर फ्यू पॉइंट्स व्हिच आई हैव डायरेक्टली मेंशन्ड ओवर हियर. अगर आप इतने पॉइंट्स लिखते हो तो आपको पूरे 3 मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. जनरली फॉर 3 मार्क्स यू विल हैव टू राइट डाउन 6 पॉइंट्स ऑफ डिफरेंसेस. ओके, so which are the points? Let us see. SER, ribosomes are absent on it. RER, ribosomes are present. Mainly present near the cell membrane. Smooth wala, near the cell membrane. RER, mainly present near the nucleus. SER is found in the cells related to the synthesis of fat, glycogen, steroids, glycerides, hormones, etc. RER is found in cells related with the synthesis of proteins, mainly formed of tubules, mainly formed of cisternae and vesicles. SER is less stable, RER is more stable. Less stable मतलब क्या होता है? वो ज्यादातर SER के फॉर्म में रहता नहीं है, तुरंत राइबोसोम्स आके उसको चिपक जाते हैं और वो RER बन जाता है. Okay. Example of smooth endoplasmic reticulum is going to be present in adipose tissue. We have seen about the structural organization in which we have studied about the adipose tissues. SER is also going to be found in muscles. So, जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा ये एक्टिविटी है ना, ग्लाइकोजन एक्टिविटी, फैट स्टोरेज है, स्टीरॉइड्स है, उधर ये ज़्यादा होता है. RER will be more present in liver and pancreas, जहाँ पर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. SER gets originated from RER by loss of ribosome, and RER arises. Now see how RER is going to arise. Now it's something very important. Okay, so RER will arise by the invaginations of the outer nuclear membrane. Invaginations means finger-like projections. So ये जो finger-like projections nuclear membrane से निकलते हैं, they give rise to your RER. Fine. So these are the few differences straightforwardly mentioned, which you are expected to write in your college exams. Yeah, what are your doubts? Then if our body is naturally making cholesterol, then why doctors say cholesterol is bad? There are two types of cholesterol, good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. The cholesterol which is synthesized in our body is always a good cholesterol. It is always required. Without that cholesterol, there won't be absorption of vitamin D. And if vitamin D is not going to get absorbed, then you cannot have your muscle strength at all. So good cholesterol is very, very important. It is also important in making certain hormones like testosterone, progesterone, estrogen. इस सब के लिए भी चाहिए होता है the good cholesterol. जो bad cholesterol है, अभी अपनी body खुद manufacture कर रही है. Why do we need additional cholesterol to be taken in? But still people consume a lot of fat, which eventually gets converted into the bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol is something which is very difficult to get digested. Rather, it goes and blocks our arteries. हमारे आर्टरीज में जाके है ना, वो ब्लॉकेजेस बनाता है जो बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल है, जिसको हम ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स के नाम से भी जानते हैं. तो ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स एंड कोलेस्ट्रॉल का डिपोजिशन इन आवर आर्टरीज इज गोइंग टू कॉज स्ट्रोक, हार्ट अटैक्स, कार्डियक मायोफ्रैक्शंस. ये अलग अलग डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ डिसऑर्डर्स कॉज करने के लिए बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल है। एंड बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल जो होता है इट इज वेरी लो इन मूफा एंड पूफा। तो आपने देखा होगा, एड्स भी आपने देखे होंगे टीवी पे कि रिच इन मूफा MUFA, रिच इन पूफा PUFA, ऐसे लिखा हुआ रहता है। तो अगर जैसे कि हमारे आलमंड्स है, वॉलनट्स है, इवन दे आर गोइंग टू गिव अस कोलेस्टेरॉल, बट दैट कोलेस्ट्रॉल इज गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल, जिसको हम क्या कहते हैं, HDL। सुना है ये वर्ड, HDL,
Yes, ma'am. Market has
VLDL।
some many
हाँ,
oils.
आप अगर रिपोर्ट देखोगे ना, लिपिड प्रोफाइल करके लैब रिपोर्ट
Yes,
देखिएगा
ma'am.
अगर किसी का है तो, देयर यू विल सी द वैल्यूज, HDL, LDL, VLDL, HDL to LDL रेशियो, दीज आर इम्पोर्टेंट। तो हाई डेंसिटी लिपिड जो होते हैं ना, वो हमारे बादाम में, वॉलनट में है, विच आर वेरी गुड फॉर अस, दैट विल गिव अस गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल। एंड लेट मी टेल यू ऑल, गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल विल एक्चुअली डिग्रेड द बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल। तो गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल जितना हम ज्यादा हमारे बॉडी में सिंथेसाइज होता है ना, उतना बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल का अमाउंट कम होता जाता है। इट हेल्प्स इन इट्स ऑक्सीडेशन। इसीलिए almonds, walnut, your fish oils, even people who are non-vegetarians and they consume fish. So fish oil is really good. It's going to give us good amount of जिसको हम omega 3 fatty acids कहते हैं. You might have heard about these also. So ये जो बातें होती है ना, these are going to give us good cholesterol. लेकिन बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल कहाँ पे हम कंज्यूम करते हैं, ये जो आउटसाइड रोड साइड फूड होता है ना, in which they will make what we call, when I was in PACE I used to always see, especially Borivali PACE के बाहर there was one person who used to sell Chinese भेल। अब ये चाइनीज भेल करके एक जो है ना बाबा, मुझे पता नहीं इतना क्या होता है उसमें, स्टूडेंट्स लाइक यू ऑल वर वेरी क्रेजी अबाउट इट। अब वो जो चाइनीज भेल बनाने वाला बंदा है ना, वो जिसमें फ्राई कर रहा है ना वो नूडल्स और वट एवर इट इज, बेटा वो 4 दिन से उसने ऑयल चेंज ही नहीं किया है, वही ऑयल में वो बार 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 वही फ्राई कर रहा है। नो, दैट इज द मेन रीजन ऑफ गेटिंग योर बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल इन योर सिस्टम। सो ये जो रोड साइड फूड होता है ना, इट इज वेरी चीप, बहुत कम पैसे में आपको मिल जाता है। बट वाई इट इज चीप, बिकॉज फर्स्टली दे डोंट यूज गुड ऑयल, having pufa and mufa वो वाले oils use नहीं करते हैं, and secondly they keep on reusing the same oil again and again, that is going to bring down all the free radicals into it। और जब हम वो food consume करते हैं, we are definitely prone to have these type of complications। so maybe you don't look fat, maybe you look very thin and lean, तो आपको लगता है मैं क्या रोज वड़ा पाव खाऊंगा तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है रोड साइड का। फर्क आपके बॉडी पे नहीं पड़ता है, आपके ऑर्गन्स पे पड़ता है। यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट दिस आल्सो, यू कि कोई एक बंदा था, सो एंड सो XYZ पर्सन, उसको मैसिव हार्ट अटैक आ गया, लेकिन वो दिखने में तो कितना अच्छा था, वो उसको कैसे हो सकता है। हाँ, जो मोटा है उसकी बात अलग है, द वन हु इज फैट, इट्स नॉट फैट और थिन, इट इज व्हाट इज देयर इनसाइड। So those people who are fat, it's a blessing in disguise। वो है ना, सोच के मैं और मोटा हो जाऊंगा और मोटी हो जाऊंगी ना, वो कुछ खाते ही नहीं है। तो the ones who are very lean and thin and they feel कि रोड साइड रोज खा के कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, तो बेटा फर्क पड़ता है because of this। Fine। So be very careful with cholesterol, good and bad। So consume every day, consume walnuts and almonds। इतने नहीं, 2 almonds, 2 walnuts every day is more than enough for our system। At least utna खाओगे तो will start building up good cholesterol in our body to take care of the bad cholesterol। Fine। Okay। What are steps? What are steroids? We'll come to know in the chapter of biomolecules। Okay। Why you for just a second? Would you for I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah. So this is about your SCR and RER. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
could you please go to the previous slide just for a second? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let us see other functions. Endoplasmic reticulum acts as a cytoskeleton and provides mechanical support and shape to the cell. So it is going to originate from the nucleus. It is moving towards the cell membrane. So don't you think it's going to give a structural framework? एक skeleton के जैसे बन जाएगा वो. So it's going to give a shape, support, and mechanical strength to our cells. It also helps in the formation of primary lysosome, Golgi bodies, and microbodies. How? I'll show it. ER also helps in synthesis of nuclear envelope during telophase. So we have already seen cell cycle, cell division, and we also know during the telophase there is reappearance, or we say reformation of the nuclear membrane. So who is responsible for this reformation of the nuclear membrane? It's the endoplasmic reticulum who will contribute in the resynthesis of nuclear membrane in our cell division. Right? It helps in lipid synthesis like phospholipids, steroidal hormones, and cholesterol. Everything will be produced under the influence of your ER. It helps in glycogenolysis. ये words crucial है. Please pay attention to this. Glycogenolysis. Lysis means to break down. Glycogen का breakdown is lysis. So glycogen would be broken down into glucose. So this breakdown of glycogen into glucose is major function of your endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. It helps in the synthesis of ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is required in many biochemical reactions of biosynthesis in our body, जो हम आगे आगे पढ़ते ही जाने वाले हैं. Intracellular exchange, दो cells के बीच में जो exchange system चलती है, it is because of ER. See, ER forms intracellular conducting system. Transfer of materials in cytoplasm from one place to another may take place across this ER. Cellular metabolism. The membranes of the reticulum provide an increased surface for metabolic activities within the cytoplasm. So what happens is these are going to make a network, and when there's going to be a large network, it will be spreading all over the cell. So it will increase the surface area for the metabolism. Okay. Detoxification, very important, very important. What is detoxification? इसके हिसाब से आप liver cirrhosis क्या है ये समझ सकते हो. देखिए, smooth endoplasmic reticulum connected with detoxification of drugs, pollutants and steroids. तो जो भी drugs, मतलब not only the drugs associated with the scandals of drugs. I'm not talking about those drugs alone, but we take so many medicines which may have side effects. है ना. तो उनमें ऐसा कोई एक केमिकल इंग्रेडिएंट होता है या ऐसा कोई मॉलिक्यूल होता है which is harmful for our body, but we have to consume that particular medicine. In that case, that toxin from that drug will be eliminated because of the action of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Similarly, if there are any pollutants which have entered our system or steroids which are going to be excessive, in our system, all of them will be undergoing detoxification. So detoxification is also one of the primary roles of our endoplasmic reticulum, especially smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Cytochrome P450 in endoplasmic reticulum acts as an enzyme which functions in detoxification of drugs and other toxins as well. So just like your SER, the ER is going to have a cytochrome. What is a cytochrome? Cytochrome का मतलब होता है those group which are capable of acting as इलेक्ट्रॉन कैरियर्स. जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड प्रोटॉन्स, आपको पता है इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं, प्रोटॉन्स होते हैं, हमने अभी रेस्पिरेशन चैप्टर में तो देखा है. तो जो इलेक्ट्रॉन कैरियर्स है उनका नाम है, याद है बेटा, साइटोक्रोम BC1, साइटोक्रोम A3. तो ये साइटोक्रोम्स जो होते हैं, what are those? Those are the ones which are involved in electron carriers. So here there is a peculiar electron carrier called as cytochrome P450, which is, exclusively involved in the detoxification process. Fine. Endoplasmic reticulum also provides as a precursor of secretory material to Golgi bodies. Precursor मतलब क्या होता है? We are going to synthesize some raw material which will tend to reach the Golgi and get it furnished, polished and manufactured. तो ये भी इसका एक प्रीडोमिनेंट रोल है. किसका? ER. got this. Please don't forget the detoxification part and cytochrome P450 part. Again, it's a common Hatke question which generally they ask in your exams. These things are not there in your textbooks. These all are out of syllabus wala content, but in majority of the examinations, such type of questions have been seen. Is it fine? Yeah. What's your doubt, beta? Detoxification means removal of toxins. Yes, my dear. Detoxification is removal of toxins from our system. Correct. Is paracetamol harmful to our body if taken in excess amounts without any necessary? Yes, it is. Even in normal case, paracetamols are not recommended. I always say, as a physician, I would always say it's a sin to take a sin. It's SIN to take a CIN. Never take crocin, metacin, anacin. It's a sin. नहीं लेना है हमें वो. It is having adverse effect on our nervous system. So it's not recommended. It's not recommended. हाँ, मतलब अगर it's impossible, then it's fine. But people have got the habit of just popping up pills because they are very easy to gulp down with water. So just gulping down the pills for no reason or for very minute reasons, it's not permitted. As far as possible, do not involve in taking chemicals in our body. As far as possible, avoid. If there is no other option left, only then we can think about it. But normal case में improve your immunity. अपनी जो immunity है वो सबसे ज़्यादा important है. अगर आपके एज में आपने बहुत ज़्यादा pills popping करने की start कर दी ना, तो जब तक आप मेरे एज के हो जाओगे ना, you will not be able to sustain and survive on your own without pills. So, never take the help of pills for small reasons. जितना हो सके immunity boost करते जाओ. Improve your food habits. Improve your immunity. I know now कोरोना वायरस में हम सब immunity के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा focus करने लगे हैं. But maybe even that is one of the reasons that we all have taken immunity so much to a level कि during these seasonal variations generally maximum patients आते हैं. ये नवंबर दिसंबर का ये जो ट्रांजिशनल पीरियड होता है ना, जस्ट सर्दी स्टार्ट हो जाती है, ठंडी का मौसम शुरू हो जाता है, दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन वी गेट मैक्सिमम पेशेंट्स. बट दिस ईयर कंपैरेटिवली देयर इज a very good drop in the patient load because majority of us taken to building our immunity. So it's a blessing in disguise. कोरोना है वो बात अलग है, वो अच्छी नहीं है of course, but at least people have started taking immunity seriously. And because of which they are saved from the local normal viral infections or bacterial infections which is experienced during this particular time of the year every year. So that's a good thing. Okay. Why do elders say to not take painkillers during menstruation? It's very foolishness. Painkillers are foolish. They fool your nervous system. They don't subside your pain. They only stop the signals from reaching to your brain that it is paining. Painkillers दूसरा कुछ नहीं करते हैं, वो लोग फूल करते हैं तुम्हारे सिस्टम को. कभी भी पेनकिलर्स नहीं लेने हैं अनलेस एंड अनटिल कुछ बहुत बड़ा ट्रॉमा हो गया है, ऑपरेशन हुआ है, एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, तो ही डॉक्टर जनरली पेन किलर देंगे, या फिर सर्जरी हुई है. अगर इवन टूथ सर्जरी होती है तो हमें पेन किलर दिया जाता है. बट अदरवाइज for this ache and that ache and headache and stomach ache and menstrual ache and all, please stop using those painkillers. They are foolish. They'll only fool you. They'll not cure the cause. जो cause है उसको cure करने की capacity नहीं है painkillers में. Okay, so that's all with your endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what endoplasmic reticulum has done? It has manufactured raw material. So what is the raw material that it has made? It has either made proteins or it has made lipids. If it is proteins, we know the RER was involved in making the proteins, and if it is lipids, it's going to be the SER which is involved in making the lipids. So either protein बनता है या फिर lipid बनता है. अब ये protein and lipid, they are manufactured, but you cannot use them directly. They have to be undergoing as a finished product. So what has happened? The vesicles which were pinched off from the endoplasmic reticulum. You remember we had seen just now that they are scattered everywhere in the cytoplasm. So those particular vesicles which are pinched off from the endoplasmic reticulum will contain the secretions of endoplasmic reticulum. Understand this. Understand this. ये endoplasmic reticulum है. Endoplasmic reticulum का सिस्टर्ने है या टिब्यूल है. जो भी है, ये सिस्टर्न या ट्यूब्यूल में से द पिंच्ड ऑफ पोर्शन, जिसको हम क्या कहेंगे, वेसिकल कहेंगे। अब ये सिस्टर्ने में अगर प्रोटीन बना है, तो जो इसमें से मैंने पिंच ऑफ किया, दैट पर्टिकुलर वेसिकल विल आल्सो कंटेन प्रोटीन और नॉट, करेक्ट? So it will also contain protein. So the pinched off vesicle will contain raw protein. Agreed? Similarly, the tubules are predominantly associated with lipid synthesis, is what we saw. So if it's going to be the tubule which has been pinched off, the tubule is going to contain lipids. So the pinched off portion from the lipids also will contain the, from the endoplasmic reticulum will also contain the lipids only. So ये vesicle है containing protein, ये vesicle है containing lipid. अब ये जो vesicles pinched off हुए हैं, they are going to be transported near the Golgi complexes. तो ये जो रॉ प्रोटीन है, ये जो रॉ लिपिड है, उसका आगे क्या करना है, व्हाट इज द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट दैट इट हैज टू बी मेड, विल बी डन इन द Golgi. Understood? So when a tree is cut, for example, when a tree is cut, they take out wood out of it. So is wood directly used for anything and everything that we want? No, na. No, na. So what will that wood undergo? It will undergo finishing. It would be cut, it would be given a shape, it would either be made into a sofa set, or it will be made into a showcase, or it will be made into your computer table, something like that way. So एक finished product देना है कि नहीं हमें? So in the same way, your endoplasmic reticulum is giving a raw material. That is either a protein or a lipid, depending upon RER and SCR respectively. अब ये प्रोटीन का आगे क्या बनाने का है, या फिर ये लिपिड का आगे क्या बनाने का है, वो किधर जाके बनेगा? It will go inside the Golgi complexes and will get altered, will get modified, will get manufactured, and it will be coming out from the other end of the Golgi. तो ये जो पॉइंट है ना बेटा, ये समझना है हमें कि how are they interrelated. So what is about the Golgi? Let us understand. Camillo Golgi was the first person to observe densely stained reticular structures near the nucleus. These were later named as Golgi bodies after him. तो ये जो Golgi bodies, ये जो नाम है ना, ये जिस बंदे ने उसको फिगर आउट किया, फाइंड आउट किया, उसके नाम से उसको दे दिया है. Okay, so it's also called as your Golgi apparatus because it is not one only. There are 3 parts of Golgi also again, just like our endoplasmic. Okay, so don't forget the name Camillo Golgi. Again, this is a question which has been asked many times. Okay, yeah. What is your doubt, beta? What is a placebo and how does it help? Placebo is nothing. Placebo is something which is going to be distilled water, which will be given to a person as a negative, like there are 3 things that we have to do. अगर कोई भी वैक्सीन को हमें टेस्ट करना है, एफिशिएंसी टेस्ट करनी है ना, तो 3 चीजें होती है. पहले 3 बंदे हम लेते हैं, 3 people who, अभी जैसे कि कोरोना का चल रहा है, so ये जो वैक्सीनेशन है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो 3 बंदों को दिया जाएगा. तो उसमें से 2 बंदों को एक्चुअल दिया जाएगा और एक को है ना डिस्टिल वाटर दिया जाएगा. तो वो जो फॉल्स वैक्सीन है ना, उसको हम कहते हैं प्लेसेबो. नाउ व्हाई इट इज गिवन, व्हाई इज इट गिवन? बिकॉज हमें पता नहीं है कि वो जो क्योरिंग हो रहा है, इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ द वैक्सीनेशन और इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ द सेल्फ इम्यूनिटी. तो जिसको डिस्टिल वाटर मिला है वो बंदा ठीक नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर वो भी ठीक हो जाता है, इसका मतलब क्या है, वैक्सीन से ठीक होना कंपलसरी नहीं है, अपने आप से भी हम ठीक हो सकते हैं. दैट्स कॉल्ड एज अ प्लेसेबो. ओके, सो इट्स कॉल्ड एज अ पॉजिटिव कंट्रोल एंड एज अ नेगेटिव कंट्रोल. सो दोनों कंट्रोल्स रख के हमें टेस्ट करनी होती है, अदरवाइज हमें समझ में नहीं आएगा कि उसका एक्शन क्या है. फाइन, या व्हाट आर यू सेइंग? Then what should we consume? We should consume nothing, patience, and we should have the tolerance capacity not to consume anything.
Vaccination, na?
Yeah, beta? Please don't consume anything. Okay. Try to improve your diet, try to have good exercise, try breathing exercises, and the things will be in place. Okay. Don't consume painkillers, please. They are very bad. They're very, very bad. Okay. Just that we're thinking I am vaccinated, the person will get cured. Not like that way. But sometimes, your immunity is going to be good, then that person is going to get cured all of on himself or herself. And yes, there is something called as क्या कहते हैं, एक mental ये रहता है ना अपना state of mind कि yes, now I'll get cured. That positivity matters. Okay. But not like that way. So एक negative control है, एक positive control है. Positive control and negative control together will help in understanding if the test was good, I mean 100% fruitful or not. तो ये हमें placebos रखने ही पड़ते हैं. For every testing we require placebos. Fine. लेट रिप्लाई दे रही हूँ. अच्छा, वो जब मैं देखूंगी तब दूंगी ना बेटा. व्हेन आई लुक ऑन टू दैट चैट बॉक्स तभी मैं रिप्लाई दे दूंगी. ओके. Okay. So next about your Golgi. Golgi was Camillo Golgi had found out. Then it is also known as Dalton complex. Why it is called as Dalton complex again? What is that Dalton complex? All the three constituents together will make a complex which was first found out by Dalton, and hence your Golgi apparatus is also known as Dalton complex. In a plant cell, it is also called as dictyosomes. Kindly do not forget this point. Most important point, what are dictyosomes? The Golgis of plant cell are called as dictyosomes. What is the difference between Golgi of plant and Golgi of animal? Animal will be having stacks of cisternae. On the other hand, plant cell will have a single dumbbell shaped cisternae. यहाँ पर आप ये डायग्राम में देख सकते हो कि ऐसे डम्बल्स के जैसे stacks लगे हुए हैं. Those are stacks of cisternae. But in plant cells, you don't have stacks of cisternae. You have single units of cisternae, जो डम्बल शेप के होते हैं. Single unit of cisternae को हम dictyosome कहते हैं, which is the characteristic feature of your plant cells. Please understand. That doesn't mean plant cells do not have Golgi. Plant cells do have Golgi complexes, but it is in the form of dictyosomes, while animal cells will have Golgi in the form of stacks or cisternae. Okay, so in plant cell it is also called as dictyosome. They may consist of flat disc-shaped sacs or cisternae again, which would be around 0.5 μm to 1 μm in diameter. It is composed of lipoprotein. Protein is 60%, lipid is 40%. Golgi bodies are going to originate from your endoplasmic reticulum. So we saw just now that endoplasmic reticulum gives rise to Golgi. So इधर भी वही बताया है, Golgi are formed from endoplasmic reticulum. Structure of Golgi complex is described in detail by Dalton and Felix. In Golgi bodies, 4 different components are found, which are cisternae, vesicles, tubules, and fourth important one, which is an extra content, is vacuoles. Fine. So Golgi के 4 parts है: cisternae, tubules, vesicles, and vacuoles. These are the 4. Which are these 4? How are these 4? How are they arranged? सब कुछ देखेंगे. Just wait and watch. Okay. So, what is your doubt? Yeah, I know, beta. Let us see what is going to happen with it then. Since it originates from here, it has similar structures. Yeah. They are very much in similar structures. Very correct, Devang. बिल्कुल सही. अब है ना बेटा, ये डायग्राम के पास थोड़ा सा फोकस कर लेना. Look at it. You can see this is called as the Golgi. से यहाँ से हम start कर रहे हैं. Can you see this incoming transport vesicles which have been mentioned over here? These vesicles are the pinched off vesicles of endoplasmic reticulum containing either a raw protein or a raw lipid. Okay, so here we say incoming. Incoming means from endoplasmic reticulum, these vesicles are coming towards the Golgi. So these are the incoming transporting vesicles which are going to be coming from your ER containing either a raw protein or raw lipid. Where do they come? They come towards the cis phase of Golgi. So Golgi के ना 2 phases होते हैं. एक होता है cis phase एक होता है ट्रांस फेज। सिस फेज को हम फॉर्मिंग फेज कहते हैं और ट्रांस फेज को हम मैचुरेशन फेज कहते हैं. आई हैव रिटन अबाउट इट इन डिटेल, डोंट वरी, अंडरस्टैंड माय पॉइंट. सो where do the vesicles from ER come and fuse? The ER vesicles will come and fuse with the cis phase of the Golgi. ये बहुत बार आया है क्वेश्चन, इधर बहुत कंफ्यूजन होता है बच्चों का, प्लीज डोंट मेक अ ब्लंडर. तो cis phase is the forming phase जो फॉर्म करता है for attachment of the vesicles from ER. ठीक है. अब ये जो वेसिकल्स है ये इधर अपने गोल्गी के सिस्टर्ने के अंदर आ चुके हैं. Now once they are inside the cisternae, they will undergo modification. So a protein may get modified to form an enzyme, or the protein may get modified to form a component of cell wall. ओके ऐसा कुछ सिक्रीशंस करेंगे जो सेल वॉल फॉर्मेशन में हेल्प करेगा. या फिर इट में ऑल्सो कंटेन लाइक अगर लिपिड है तो इट में ऑल्सो गेट मैन्युफैक्चर्ड टू फॉर्म योर ग्लाइकोलिपिड्स, phospholipids which are a part of our cell membrane. तो जो फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट है, वॉट एवर इज द फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट, वो बनाने का काम करता है अपना गोल्गी. वो बनाने का काम करता है अपना गोल्गी. ओके, so once inside the Golgi complex via the cis phase, they will get manufactured, modified, whatever, and after manufacturing, after they are modified, अब ये प्रोडक्ट जो फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट बन चुका है, it has to be thrown out. So it will be thrown out through this trans phase. So you can see over here the trans phase के इधर भी आपको ये vesicles दिख रहे हैं. You can see the vesicles very clearly near the trans phase. So these trans phase के जो vesicles है, these are called as secretory vesicles. Secretions जिसके अंदर manufacture हो चुके हैं. So these secretory vesicles will have what? The secretory vesicles will have the finished product. Fine. So any confusion in this? Raw material containing vesicles will be given out by endoplasmic reticulum. They'll come and they'll fuse with the cis phase of Golgi complexes. Inside the Golgi complexes, they will undergo modifications and whatever, you know, like final product बनाने के लिए जो भी करना है, that will be done in the cisternae of the Golgi, and the finished product अब जो बन चुका है, that will be again pinched off from the trans phase of Golgi, making secretory vesicles. These secretory vesicles will have either enzymes or it will have something called as calcium pectate, or it may have magnesium pectate. Do you remember these words, calcium pectate, magnesium pectate? किधर हमने यूज किए थे, कोई बताएगा मुझे? Can anyone tell me? Calcium pectate, magnesium pectate. बोलो. दो बार हमने ये किया है. 2 times in 2 different chapters we have done about it. Calcium pectate and magnesium pectate. Come on. Very good, Sara. Excellent. Excellent. Sneha saying good, beta. Yes. You're perfectly right. Who else would give this answer to me? Yes, Shravani. Perfect. Very good, Shravani. Who else would say? बस 3 लोग. अरे कैल्शियम पेक्टेट, मैग्नीशियम पेक्टेट ये कितनी बार यूज किया हमने? हाँ, यू आर राइट मुक्ता. ब्रीदिंग में नहीं यूज किया था बेटा, नॉट इन ब्रीदिंग वाले चैप्टर में नहीं यूज किया था. यू रिमेम्बर समथिंग कॉल्ड एज मिडिल लैमेला, सेल प्लेट. अभी लास्ट क्लास किए थे हम लोग. मिडिल लैमेला, सेल प्लेट विल बी हैविंग कैल्शियम पेक्टेट या फिर मैग्नीशियम पेक्टेट का डिपोजिशन. कहाँ से आया? गोल्गी एंड वेसिकल से आया. तो गोल्गी के अंदर क्या बना? गोल्गी के अंदर जो प्रोटीन आया उसको मॉडिफाई किया गया एंड इट गॉट कन्वर्टेड इनटू कैल्शियम पेक्टेट या फिर मैग्नीशियम पेक्टेट, व्हिच वाज फाइनली लेड एज अ मिडिल लेयर फॉर सेल प्लेट फॉर्मेशन. Okay, so these are 2 important points. So it may have calcium pectate, it may have magnesium pectate, it may have hydrolytic enzymes also, they may have, okay, or they may have phospholipids, they may have glycolipids, कुछ भी, मतलब final product जो करना है, that is in the hands of your Golgi. Fine. So see, let us understand the 4 different forms of the Golgi. To go ahead with the first one, that's going to be nothing but your cisternae. ये diagram मत भूलना, this is important. Yeah. So yeah, all these chapters are interconnected. You're right. Fine. So cisternae, it's elongated, flattened, sac-like structures which are unbranched tubules, just like our cisternae of endoplasmic reticulum. It is curved structure with swollen ends present one upon the other. You can see ये ऐसे curved है ना? ये देखिए आपने shape अभी. You saw the shapes how it were, you know. So they are swollen at the ends and they are curved. Fine. The curved convex structure is directed towards the nucleus, which is called as your cis phase or the forming phase. So cis phase is convex while trans phase is concave. Okay, you know convex and concave. तो ये ऐसा वाला जो है ना, ये वाला, ये convex हो गया और ये जो है ये concave हो गया, है ना? तो ये convex lens, concave lens आपने किया है बेटा 9th-10th स्टैंडर्ड में फिजिक्स में आपने वो लाइट चैप्टर में डेफिनेटली किया होगा. Anyways, so what are they saying? The curved convex surfaces, which is called as the cis surface or the forming surface, is going to be towards the nucleus. Fine. So your cis surface will be accepting the vesicles from the endoplasmic reticulum for attachment. Okay, and the concave surfaces, which will be towards the periphery, which would be pinching out the vesicles, which are secretory vesicles. Fine. So the curved convex structure is directed towards the nucleus, which is called as the cis phase or the forming phase, whereas the maturation phase or the trans phase is directed towards the plasma membrane. So now you know what I'm trying to tell you all. The functional unit of Golgi apparatus is cisternae. That means whatever modifications have to be taken, whatever manufacturing has to be done, is going to be done in your cisternae. तो जब अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, आप लोग सुन रहे हो, मैं बोल रही हूँ, तभी भी हमारे सेल के अंदर ये फैक्ट्री चल रही है. This factory is ongoing in our cells even now, right now. It will be done 24/7. Fine. What are vesicles? See, it is numerous droplet-like structures. They are small vesicles. Okay, they are found around the convex surfaces or edges of the cisternae. It is forming by budding from the cisternae. They are filled with secretory materials. So that's what I said. They may contain any of the secretions. That is, the finished products will be present in these small vesicles, which are called as secretory vesicles. Next is the vacuole. It is large round structure found around the concave or the edges of the cisternae. They are large while your vesicles are small. Tubules. Tubules are branched, same like our ER. Irregular tube-like structures associated with the cisternae. So rest everything remains the same, only the secretions will differ. So the vesicles from your ER will contain unfinished product, while the vesicles of your Golgi will contain finished products. Got it? So these are the 4 parts of your Golgi. Function. Cell secretion is the chief function of the Golgi body. Is going to be the secretion, that is export of macromolecules. Golgi body receives the material from ER through its cis phase. Just now I told you. Glycosidation and glycosylation of proteins and lipids takes place in the Golgi. That is, it will yield glycoproteins, glycolipids, phospholipids, whatever. So glycosidation and glycosylation. Glycosidation is associated with proteins and glycosylation is associated with lipids. Fine. After chemical modifications, the materials are packed in the vesicles. These vesicles are pinched off from the trans phase of the Golgi and they are discharged into the cell cytoplasm by reverse pinocytosis. So, andar lena is something called as endocytosis or bahar fekna is something called as exocytosis. So, when the cell is going to drink a liquid, we call it as pinocytosis. And when the cell is going to, or the organelle is going to spit out the liquid, we call it as reverse pinocytosis. So liquid को अंदर लेना is pinocytosis. Solid particle को अंदर लेना is phagocytosis. So phagocytosis plus pinocytosis is equal to endocytosis. No confusion. Endocytosis means कुछ ना कुछ अंदर लेना. Endo is inside. Okay. सेल के अंदर, ऑर्गेनेल के अंदर लेना, उसको हम कहते हैं एंडोसाइटोसिस. Endocytosis are of two types. If it's a solid particle which is going to be engulfed, it will be called as phagocytosis. If it's a liquid particle which will be engulfed, it is called as pinocytosis. So either ये जो है ना बेटा, these are generally your liquid components which are going to be thrown out from the trans phase of the Golgi, and therefore we say reverse pinocytosis, means throwing out of the liquid portion which has been now completely synthesized and manufactured. उसको हम कहते हैं reverse pinocytosis. I hope you all have understood this. If anyone has not understood this, please let me know.
Ma'am.
Point. Okay.
Ma'am.
Second is, during spermatogenesis, it forms acrosome of the sperm. We have seen in detail about the sperm head formation. We have also seen how all the Golgi complexes will come and they'll form a cap-like structure on the sperm head, and that will lead to the formation of acrosome. So ये हमने already reproduction के chapter में देखा हुआ है. So that is what they are saying. Lysosome gets formed from it. Even your lysosomes, जिसको आप अभी तक till today, not from today onwards आप उसको ये नहीं बोलोगे, लेकिन आज तक तुम लोग उसको क्या बोलते आए हो? If I ask you what are lysosomes, what is the answer that you will give me? Come on, what are lysosomes? Can anyone tell me? One word which has been taught to you all since your school days. Lysosomes are a dash. What are those? Exactly. Yes. Yes, Parnavi. Who else will say what are lysosomes? Yes, you are right. Yes. Very nice. Majority of you all are giving me the expected answer. You're right. Yeah. So lysosomes are nothing but they are going to be the suicidal bags, is what you have been taught since your school days. Okay. Yeah. Ashwin, I can't hear you. Can anyone listen what he's saying? Ashwin, I'm so sorry, I can't hear you better. Yeah, because he was trying to speak something, but I couldn't get what he's saying. Okay. You're right. Reverse pilocytosis is exocytosis. But exocytosis again of two types, na? One will be liquid throwing out, one will be solid throwing out. So reverse is ulta. Okay. So reverse is going to be exocytosis. Correct. Fine. So yeah, what I was talking about is suicidal bags. Yeah. So generally, you know, like from your childhood days, आपको यही पता है कि lysosomes मतलब suicidal bags. आज आपका ये डाउट क्लियर हो जाएगा. ठीक है? My dear, if exocytosis of liquid is reverse pinocytosis, what would be the word associated with throwing out of the solid? Reverse phagocytosis. Okay? Okay. Then it is going to be helpful in the synthesis and storage of yolk and white line membrane of egg. This also we have done in detail during pre-vitellogenesis and vitellogenesis wala structure. It is helpful in the synthesis of melanin pigment. Melanin pigment is associated with what? Can anyone tell me?
Color of the skin.
Very good, Shruti. Yeah. Parnavi, Himanshu, correct. Yeah. It's associated. Now Ashwin, I could hear you. Yes. Skin color. So the pigment which is associated with imparting color is going to is going to be our melanin. So it is helpful in the synthesis of melanin pigment. In plant, it forms the cell plate. That is what is middle lamella and cell plate formation. I had used this word phragmoplast in my lecture with cell cycle cell division. In plant cell, I had told you what are phragmoplast. अगर आपको याद है तो मेरे slides में मैंने phragmoplast के बारे में detailing भी किया है. It stimulates mitochondria for the production of ATP. See, your Golgi is also going to stimulate mitochondria for the production of ATP. ये देखिए, हमने पूरा प्रोसेस तो ETS में देख लिया है, but it is because of this Golgi. It helps in the synthesis of carbohydrates, mainly polysaccharides, that is the cell wall material. Secretion of zymogen from pancreas. Do you remember something called as zymogen? Can anyone correlate this word to me? What is zymogen? Digestive system में हमने डिटेल में किया था zymogen के बारे में. Yeah, Shravani, you're right. You're right. Who else would like to answer this? Zymogens.
Digestive enzyme.
Okay, digestive enzyme. Okay. And this is from the pancreas. So it is going to be associated with what? Okay, fine. It can be converted to an enzyme. Okay. Proteins. Fine, fine. Okay, okay. Okay, fine. See, beta, there is something called as your oxantic cells, zymogenetic cells. Then you have got something called as your agramuffin cells. So इनमें सब में ये है ना, ये zymogen important है. Okay. So yes, it is associated with the digestion. It's going to be secreted by your pancreas, and you know that how duodenum and pancreas are going to be interconnected with each other. दो पोर्ट से कनेक्शंस हैं. मैं अभी वो डिटेल में फिलहाल के नहीं जा रही हूँ. आपका डाइजेशन का चैप्टर हो चुका है, so you all are already aware of it. Yes, yeah. So secretion of zymogen is also going to be the function of your Golgi. Lactoprotein from the mammary gland and different types of hormones. Mucilage secretion by the root cell to prevent friction and abrasion. That is, the root cells are going to go deeper inside into the soil particles, so there is a chance of friction. So to prevent that, the root cells are going to synthesize mucilage. So that is also will be taken care of by your Golgi. Secretion of hormones by endocrine glands is mediated through Golgi bodies. So all the different hormones which are going to be produced by the endocrine glands are mediated via the Golgi. So see, so many functions are associated with the Golgi. So don't you think Golgi is one of the major important organelles of eukaryotic cells? कितने सारे हैं देखो, 11 हमने देख लिए हैं, और वो भी हमने सिर्फ की पॉइंट्स देखे हैं. इसका डिटेलिंग तो हमने बहुत सारे पहले वाले चैप्टर्स में कर लिया है. So please remember, Golgi and vesicles or Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus as we call it is very important functionally. Okay. Now focus on this point, that is lysosome gets formed from it. ये वाले point पे थोड़ा सा अभी हम डिटेल करेंगे. So when the Golgian vesicles which are pinched off, the Golgian vesicles which are pinched off contain, if they contain hydrolytic enzymes. What are hydrolytic enzymes? Can anyone tell me what are hydrolytic enzymes? कोई बताएगा? Hydrolytic का मतलब क्या होता है? No? Hydro means water, lytic means breakdown. Come on. Water based, okay, yes, Panvi. Liquid content, no. Hydro means water and lytic means to break down. Okay, I'll tell you what are hydrolytic enzymes. Those enzymes which require water for activation are called as hydrolytic enzymes. What are hydrolytic enzymes? Those enzymes which require water for activation. देखिए सिंपल सी बात कर रही हूँ, कभी कभी आप भी बन जाते हो हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम, मुझे पता नहीं. होते हो क्या कभी हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम? खुद कभी बन गए हो हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम? आपको पूछू या आपके पेरेंट्स को पूछू ये क्वेश्चन, ये मुझे थोड़ा डाउट है. आई थिंक सो योर पेरेंट्स विल गिव दिस आंसर टू मी. आर योर किड्स हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम्स? मीन्स उठा रहा है आपको कोई, हाँ, आपके मम्मी डैडी पापा भाई बहन कोई जो है घर पे, उठ बेटा क्लास का टाइम हो गया, उठ बेटा लेक्चर का टाइम हो गया, मम्मा 5 मिनट्स, पापा 5 मिनट्स, वेट यार फॉर 5 मिनट्स, देखो मैं मेरी आंखें खुली है यार, अभी जाओ आप यहाँ से, मैं उठ लूंगा. होता है ना? फिर भी नहीं उठते हो, फिर हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम्स का काम करना पड़ता है. हाँ, योर पेरेंट्स विल कम, ब्रिंग वाटर, हाथ में ऐसा पकड़ के और मस्त ऐसे ही बेड पे ही नहलाते हैं आपको, ऐसा एक इतना पानी लेकर बेड पे नहलाए, हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम का काम हो गया, आप जाग गए। हुआ है कभी ऐसा? हैव यू ऑल फेस दिस? So if you have faced this, then even you are an example of hydraulic enzymes. You require water for activation. So what do you mean by the word hydraulic enzymes? Those enzymes which can only get activated in the presence of water are going to be called as hydraulic enzymes. Okay. Childhood I know. Even I have got a son. I know very well how the things are progressing with your age kids. Okay, almost दो तीन साल, 2 साल तुम लोग से छोटा रहेगा ये, मे बी 2 years आपसे छोटा है वो एज में, ऑलमोस्ट योर एज ओनली। हाँ, सो आई नो वेरी वेल हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम्स का फंक्शन जो है ना, जब मैं ऐसे एक्सप्लेन करूंगी तो बिल्कुल समझेगा। नाउ व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज, if the Golgi vesicle contains hydrolytic enzymes, means those enzymes which will only get activated in the presence of water, then those Golgi vesicles, look at my wordings, look at my sentence framing. What am I saying? The Golgi vesicles, which are the secretory vesicles, which will come out from the trans phase, correct? If they contain hydrolytic enzymes, then these vesicles would now be called as lysosomes. What are lysosomes? Lysosomes are the Golgi vesicles containing hydrolytic enzymes. Have you all followed what is a lysosome? सुसाइडल बैग आप लोग ने मुझे आंसर दिया था, वो रॉन्ग नहीं था बेटा, बिल्कुल सही है वो। लेकिन एक्चुअल ये सुसाइडल बैग क्या है? व्हाट इज इट? It is nothing but it's the Golgi vesicle which is containing the hydrolytic enzymes manufactured in the cisternae or tubules of the Golgi apparatus. Any doubts? Any difficulty in understanding this? No doubts ना? पक्का ना बेटा? तो ये लाइसोसोम आए कहाँ से हमारे सेल में? तो ये कुछ नहीं है बेटा, ये हमारे सेल में आए हैं by pinching off from the Golgi vesicles. So the Golgi vesicles containing hydrolytic enzymes are going to be called as lysosomes, which are called as primary lysosomes. अब lysosome में है ना 4 टाइप्स है, lysosome में 4 टाइप्स है, एक है प्राइमरी लाइसोसोम, एक है सेकेंडरी लाइसोसोम, एक है रेजिडुअल बॉडी और एक है ऑटोफैजिक लाइसोसोम। मैंने डिटेलिंग किया है, आई हैव डन द डिटेलिंग, डोंट वरी, लिसन केयरफुली टू व्हाटएवर आई एम सेइंग राइट नाउ, explanations are there of course, but right now I am just connecting the two things. Now see, my dears, try to understand this. The nucleus sent a message to endoplasmic reticulum, make proteins. Okay, so the RER started its function of making proteins. The RER made the raw proteins. They got pinched off from the RER. They were called as your vesicles of ER, which came and fused with the cis phase of Golgi body. कुछ मैं जो बोल रही हूँ उसमें कुछ नहीं समझ में आएगा तो स्टॉप मी, समझ में आ रहा है तो ही ठीक है, नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो स्टॉप मी, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कनेक्शंस है. So again, one more time I'm repeating this. The nucleus gave a signal to the endoplasmic reticulum, start manufacturing protein. So the RER got involved in making the protein. The protein was then pinched off in the form of vesicles from the RER, which reached the Golgi complex at the cis phase. At the cis phase, it got phagocytosed. So जो vesicle I थी containing the proteins has now entered inside the cisternae of the Golgi. It got converted into something called as hydrolytic enzymes. Okay, तो जो प्रोटीन आया उस प्रोटीन को एंजाइम बनाया है किसने? गोल्गी ने. और वो भी कौन सा एंजाइम बनाया बेटा? हाइड्रोलाइटिक एंजाइम बनाया. ठीक है, अब ये हाइड्रोलाइटिक एंजाइम जिधर बना है, दैट पार्ट ऑफ द सिस्टर्ने हैज गॉट अगेन पिंच्ड ऑफ, and it got pinched off to form your secretory vesicle containing the hydrolytic enzyme. Now this secretory vesicle containing hydrolytic enzyme will now be called as primary lysosome. Is there any difficulty that you have not understood? Okay, what's the cis phase? This phase is the convex phase, which is called as the forming phase of our Golgi, which is going to be facing near the nucleus, right? It will be, you know, connected. I mean, उसके अंदर है ना, the ER के vesicles चले जाएंगे. That is your system. Any difficulty, any doubts in understanding the content? So you understood what is the lysosome, and to be very precise, what is the primary lysosome? किसी को नहीं समझा हो? Sure ना? Understood this? Okay, good. So Golgi to lysosome again. Golgi के अंदर you got the proteins. Protein got modified to form hydrolytic enzyme. Now that hydrolytic enzyme containing part was pinched off, which is called as the secretory vesicle. The secretory vesicle will have the same content that the Golgi has. So right now the Golgi has got the hydrolytic enzyme. So the vesicle will also contain the hydrolytic enzyme. This vesicle containing the hydrolytic enzyme will be called as primary lysosome. Okay, got it? Yeah. Now see, I'm going actually to the your lysosome ka part. Lysosome is also called as the suicidal bag, as it is known to us since years. It was discovered by Christian Ledoux in the year 1955. Lysosome gets originated from the plasma membrane by the process of pinocytosis or phagocytosis of your Golgi. Biogenesis of lysosomal system of GERL, from which lysosome arise. What is GERL? Golgi associated endoplasmic reticulum. So signal आया न्यूक्लियस से, एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकम ने रॉ प्रोटीन्स बनाया, रॉ प्रोटीन्स का गोल्गी ने फिनिश्ड हाइड्रोलिटिक एंजाइम बनाया, इसलिए ये पूरे कॉम्प्लेक्स को GERL कॉम्प्लेक्स कहते हैं. डोंट फॉरगेट दिस वर्ड GERL. So ER to Golgi, Golgi to lysosome. Okay, fine. So this is a note. If you can remember, it's fine. If you can't, it's okay. Pitt and Galpin discovered its presence in higher plants. In majority of the higher plants, large food vacuoles act as lysosomes. So you know, जो vacuole करके fourth part था, देखो मैंने बताया था Golgi is made up of 4 parts. उसमें से मैंने 3 आपको explain कर लिया और vacuole नहीं किया था, तो ये vacuole है. That sometimes what happens, ये जो lysosomes है, इसमें hydrolytic enzymes होती है. But you know, sometimes you know they have found out in large plants and majority of the higher plants that they have a large food vacuole, which will also act like a lysosome. Okay. In bacteria, there would be a space present between the cell wall and the cell membrane, which will act as the lysosome, which we call as a periplasmic place. So even that may act as lysosome in plants and bacteria or the prokaryotes. Now, lysosomes show polymorphism, that is, they show different morphological and physiological stages. Okay, animal cell, we have got normal lysosomes, vesicles. It is round, sac-like structure, bounded by a single unit membrane composed of lipoproteins. Okay, it is filled with granular matrix. In matrix, there are almost 50 acid hydrolases found, which are nothing but they act as your digestive enzyme. Hydrolase, group of enzymes which are going to be acting as for carrying out hydrolysis. So we call them as hydrolases. Acid hydrolases are capable of hydrolyzing all classes of macromolecules, and all enzymes found in lysosomes requires acid for their reaction. Hence they are called as acid hydrolases. Okay, these enzymes will be functional at pH 5. So please remember, lysosomes can only be functional at pH 5. उनको acidity की जरूरत होती है functional होने के लिए. Membrane of the lysosome has got an active H+ pump mechanism which will produce this acidic pH in the lumen of the lysosome. You already know when the protons will get accumulated, there will be high acidity, that will be lowering of the pH, which we have seen in ETS. So similar things will happen even in lysosome. There will be H+ pump that will be present, that is ATP synthetase basically, that will be present in the membrane, cell membrane of lysosomes, and that will cause the accumulation of protons, causing acidic conditions in the lumen of the lysosome. And when this acidic conditions will be triggered, so there will be accumulation of H+ in the lumen, that time these hydrolases will get activated. Okay, so these are called as your acid hydrolases. What are you saying, beta? General question, what are enzymes? What are enzymes? Enzymes are modified proteins, but not all proteins are going to get modified as enzymes. Some enzymes are non-proteinaceous in nature. Look at the name of the enzymes and look on which they are going to be acting on. Nuclease will break down nucleic acid. Protease, protein. Glycosidase, polysaccharides. Lipase, lipids. Phosphatase, phosphate link compounds. Sulfatase, sulfate link bonds. Okay, so ये सारी एंजाइम जो है ना, न्यूक्लियस, प्रोटीएज, ग्लाइकोसिडेज, लाइपेज, फॉस्फेटेज, सल्फेटेज, these all are a group of your hydrolytic enzymes. ठीक है, so जब आपके वेसिकल में इनमें से कोई रहता है, we call it as your lysosome. Fine. Okay, now the four forms are as follows. What are the different forms of lysosomes? I said already. Primary lysosome, secondary lysosome, residual body, and autophagic lysosome. Let us learn each of them in detail. Primary lysosome, as the name says, है ना? Simple है. What are these three? The primary lysosomes or pre-lysosomes are small sac-like bodies. They are secreted directly by the endoplasmic reticulum and cisternae of Golgi complex and they get filled with inactive enzymes. So why are they inactive enzymes? Can anyone tell me? Why we say the secretions or the secretory vesicles containing hydrolytic enzymes are inactive? कोई बताएगा क्यों inactive है? Who can give this answer to me?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, but
Try.
Maybe that the different protein or enzyme which is required to activate it is not yet in the pathway or in the system. So once that gets activated, this will get activated.
Okay. Just now we saw one reason I want you all to remember, that why are they inactive? They don't react with each other. I'm asking that only, that why? Very nice. Devang, you have answered it perfectly. Very good. Who else would try to answer this? Devang, good है बेटा, बिल्कुल सही है. दो चीजें हैं, दो में से एक देवांग ने बता दी है, दूसरी मुझे कोई बताएगा क्या? No one. अरे यार, say something. Devang has said it very clearly and very rightly. That is one point. I want one more point to it. Just now, ये slide के पहले हमने explain किया है. My question is that why these enzymes which are filled in this vesicles inactive, उनको activated क्यों नहीं है वो? That is my question. Very good, Komal. Very good, beta. Yes, Neha. Very nice. So you all giving me now. Yeah. Priyanka, very nice, beta. बिल्कुल सही answers है आपके. Firstly, they are hydrolytic, so they require water for activation. पहली चीज. And दूसरी चीज, they'll only get activated when the pH is low. So high acidity जब तक नहीं maintain होती है, तब तक they'll remain inactive. Okay, now they have to remain inactive because without reason if they get activated, what is the use of it? है ना? अगर for example मैं बता रही हूँ, देखिए for example मैं बात कर रही हूँ that someone has had a lot of lipid today in their food. तो अगर लिपिड खाया है तो लाइपेज की जरूरत है उसको ब्रेक डाउन करने के लिए. तो लाइपेज कहाँ पर है बेटा? Lipase is going to be your hydrolytic enzyme present in this lysosome. So only when the lipid has entered, only that time, as Shruti was saying, कि जिसके ऊपर function करना है, work करना है, वो ही नहीं है तो ये activate होके क्या करेगा? That's true. Very nice, Shruti. Of course. So when lipid will be, inside the cell, only then the lipases have to get activated. But for that also you require water and acidic pH. So all these three जब एक साथ आ जाएंगे, then only you can see the activity of the lysosome. Okay, that is the primary lysosome. So primary lysosome will have inactive inactive enzymes. ये सबसे important वाली कहानी याद रखना बेटा, that lysosomes are derived directly from your Golgi and vesicles, which will be containing the hydrolytic enzymes, but which are inactive. Okay, when will they get activated? Once they get activated, we call them as secondary lysosomes. So look over here. Secondary lysosomes, they are also called as digestive vacuoles, or they are also called as heterophagosomes. What are they? Understand. When the primary lysosome fuses with other vacuoles, maybe a pinosome or a phagosome, it is called as a secondary lysosome. Okay, so your material to be digested plus your lysosome together is equal to secondary lysosome. So an activated lysosome को हम secondary lysosome बोल सकते हैं, right? So it is going to have active enzymes in it. It is also called as your phagolysosome. Fine. तो एक सेल है, मैं डायग्राम में मैंने दिखाया है आगे. Of course, look at this diagram. This is heterophagy that I'm talking about. See, this is the phagocytosis of say a lipid molecule. For example, बोल रही हूँ मैं. Okay. एक लिपिड मॉलिक्यूल है, उसको सेल ने एनगल्फ कर लिया, फैगोसाइटोसिस हो गया. ये देखो, ये फैगोसाइटोसिस हो गया. ओके, या फिर ये पिनोसाइटोसिस हो गया. जो भी है, इट कुड बी फैगोसाइटोसिस और इट कुड बी पिनोसाइटोसिस. फैगोसाइटोसिस इज सॉलिड मटेरियल का एंडोसाइटोसिस, पिनोसाइटोसिस इज लिक्विड मटेरियल का एंडोसाइटोसिस. व्हाटएवर इट इज, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. ठीक है, तो ये जो है ये फैगोसाइटोसिस हो गया. And what is this? See, this is your receptor mediated endocytosis. So this may be the reason. This हो सकता है, जो भी है, ये जो भी इसमें multivesicular body बन गया है. So it is going to have many phagosomes together. तो ये lysosome है. Lysosome will fuse with this particular multivesicular body. It could be phagocytosized body or pinocytosized body, या फिर एनी एंडोसाइटोसाइज्ड बॉडी. इसके साथ ये लाइसोसोम जब कनेक्ट हो जाता है, ओके, वी कॉल इट एज एंडोलाइसोसोम और वी कॉल इट एज योर फैगोलाइसोसोम. अंडरस्टूड? सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. व्हाट इज फैगोलाइसोसोम? ओके, तो ये देखो, हाँ, सो इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज योर फैगोलाइसोसोम. अब फैगोलाइसोसोम में क्या हो जाएगा? व्हाट विल हैपन इन दैट? सी, ये डायग्राम में आप देखिएगा, व्हाट विल हैपन इन दिस. नाउ दीज enzymes, red color है, blue color है, green color है. So maybe it's going to contain say lipase, protease, carbohydrates, जो भी है ना, whatever it is. ये देखो, it will start working on it and it will start breakdown of these phagosomes, pinosomes. ये जो भी अंदर है ना, इसको ये डाइजेस्ट कर देगा, इसको ये पूरी तरह से उसका डाइजेशन कर देगा. So that is the main role of लाइसोसोम. अब यहाँ पर कहीं पर भी इन योर प्राइमरी लाइसोसोम, इन योर सेकेंडरी लाइसोसोम, इन योर रेजिडुअल बॉडी, ये रेजिडुअल बॉडी अभी तक मैंने नहीं बताया, आई टेल यू व्हाट इज द रेजिडुअल बॉडी. बट इधर तक कहीं पर भी हैव यू सीन एनी सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट? कहीं पर भी आपको दिखाई दे रहा है सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट? इज इट बर्स्टिंग ऑन इट्स ओन और समथिंग लाइक दैट वे? नो ना, nowhere na. Then how dare we call it as suicidal bags always? That's wrong. It's wrong for us to call it as suicide bag because primary में suicide नहीं होता है, secondary में suicide नहीं होता है, residual body में भी suicide नहीं होता है. So we cannot just label lysosomes as suicidal bags. It's the wrong thing, right? So ये देखो, I'll tell you what is it. Why do we call it as suicidal bags? Also, I'll tell you in autophagy. Let me first complete this. So what has happened? See, phagosome अंदर आया, pinosome अंदर आया, उसके साथ ये लाइसोसोम ने फाइटिंग कर ली. मतलब लाइसोसोम प्लस फैगोसोम, दे मेड योर प्लाज्मो लाइसोसोम और या एंडोलाइसोसोम as we call it as. And now there is fighting taking place. What is the fighting? The lipase is degrading lipids, the protease is degrading protein, the carbohydrates is degrading the carbohydrates. ये सब अंदर चल रहा है. किसके अंदर चल रहा है? ये फैगोलाइसोसोम के अंदर चल रहा है. ठीक है, मतलब सेकेंडरी लाइसोसोम के अंदर चल रहा है. अब if everything is degraded, if everything gets degraded, it's a good thing. But if something remains, some residue remains which is not degraded or which remains to get degraded. तो ये जो नॉन डिग्रेडेड पोर्शन है, ये जो रेमिनेंट है, जब ये बच जाता है वो सेकेंडरी लाइसोसोम में, तो उस लाइसोसोम को अब हम कहते हैं रेजिडुअल बॉडी. So what is the residual body? It is the secondary lysosome only, but it has completed its action on the target material, and yet there is something which has remained intact, which has not got degraded, which remains as a residue. And when this residue will be found in this particular lysosome, this lysosome will be now called as a residual body. So primary lysosome, inactive enzyme; secondary lysosome, active enzyme; residual body, after the activity of the active enzyme, whatever remains in that lysosome, we now call it as residual lysosome. So very simple. Okay, very simple. Yes. So let me go to this residual bodies or tertiary ones. Secondary lysosome plus undigested food is equal to residual body. After the products of digestion have been absorbed in the cytoplasm, the undigested remains are left in the lysosome. If this happens, then it will be called as your residual body. This moves to the surface and undergoes exocytosis. So whatever is going to remain will be thrown out of the lysosome by exocytosis. So did you all understand what is primary, secondary and residual body? Is anyone having any difficulty in understanding these 3 points, beta? किसी को कुछ नहीं समझा है तो please let me know. This is most important. This is most important. It will blast when the foreign body enters. Yeah, but phagocytosis is also a foreign body only. So not directly. So I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what is suicidal bags. But इधर तक किसी को कोई doubt है? पक्का? 100% you all understood what I'm trying to tell you all? I move ahead. Fine. The fourth type of your lysosome is going to be called as autophagic lysosome. It's also called as your autophagosome या फिर cytolysosome. What is it? Let us see. This type of lysosome contains part of its own self, generally an unwanted structure, and it is going to get digested. It is a part of the normal activity by which old organ cells are digested, and in lieu of that, new ones are going to be formed. It occurs more frequently during differentiation. This is your suicidal bags. This is what we call as the suicidal bags. So what has happened over here? Auto means self. Phagic means eating. It will start eating its own cells. ये अच्छी बात है क्या? Is it good? अपने खुद के cells को ये lysosomes degrade कर रहे हैं. ये अच्छी बात है. Is it good to happen? Our own cells are started to, act like foreign bodies, and they have started to engulf those and destroy them. Is it good? Scary, right? It's not good. Okay. Who else would like to answer this question? Is it good? Is it bad? बताओ बेटा. अपने आप के सेल्स को खा लेना लाइसोसोम्स ने. Bad. Okay. Let me tell you. Every coin has got two sides. Similarly, even this activity may be good or may be bad. I'll tell you why. Bad because you feel so scary कि अपनी cells को अगर kill कर दिया तो एक दिन हम पूरे के पूरे ही मतलब है ना. Therefore, that's true. It is bad in that case. Some people have got autoimmune diseases. Heard about this word? For example, rheumatoid arthritis. तो knee pain बहुत ज़्यादा होता है कुछ लोगों में. They have got joint pains and knee pains, especially in rheumatoid arthritis. Especially aged females होते हैं ना, they generally have this problem. So what happens, their own cells are felt as foreign, and the lysosomes in their body will start targeting them and killing them. That's really bad. That's really bad. And there is no cure to it because अपने ही cells अपने ही body को foreign लगने लगना is something which is out of our control, right? But जो dead cells है, जो debris है, because we know RBCs have got a life of how many days? Can anyone tell me? RBC का life कितने days के लिए होता है? How many days? Very good. 120 days, right? अब 120 days के बाद these RBCs are dead. They are of no use. अब इनको डिग्रेड करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? वो डेब्रिस है यार, वो कचरा है जो हमें नहीं चाहिए. So don't you think it has to be thrown out of our body? Similarly, WBCs will have a lifespan of hardly 3 or 4 days. So after every 3-4 days उनको cleaning करना पड़ेगा. Drainage system हमारी है ना चालू रखनी चाहिए. So these unwanted cells, these dead cells, this debris, it has to be removed. It has to be digested. So for removing these are even these RBCs are our own cells. Even these WBCs are going to be our own cells, but they are of no use. So they have to be now degraded. So lysosomes are actively degrading such type of debris as well. So it's good as well. अगर ये debris removal नहीं हुआ तो भी problem है ना? So your lysosomes may be, like sometimes good, sometimes bad, as even Parnavi is saying very correctly that yes, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Why is it sometimes good? Sometimes no, majority of the times it's good. It's a rare thing that it will become, autophagic, very rare. But autophagy is very predominantly seen in chopping off of the tail of the tadpole in the conversion of frog. So when the frog has to be, metamorphosized, that time the tadpole has to lose its tail. So ये tail को cut करने का, detach करने का जो role है ना, ये भी ये suicidal bags तब करते हैं. या फिर phragmoplast formation से middle lamella का cell plate बनाना. We have seen phragmoplasts were the small Golgian vesicles containing calcium pectate or magnesium pectate which were moving from the center to the periphery. And then they all burst together, they fuse together to form the middle lamella. है ना? So that is called as your autophagy, basically. So that is good. That is good. Okay. Avoid that disease you just now. No. It's going to be hereditary. So avoiding that is a bit of difficulty. Okay. ये hereditary होते हैं. Yeah, so here you can see over here, ये देखिए ये हमारा न्यूक्लियस है. न्यूक्लियस ने एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम को सिग्नल किया कि मेक प्रोटीन. एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम ने ये प्रोटीन बनाया जो चला गया गोल्गी के पास. गोल्गी ने ये प्रोटीन को मॉडिफाई किया and it made this lysosome enzyme containing structure. So this is your lysosome. ये lysosome है. It could either fuse with your phagosome, phenosome, or C. It can undergo to make your autolysosome. Now, what is an autolysosome? ये देखो. This is the formation of your autolysosome. This is an autophagosome. ये अपना खुद का ये जो येलो कलर का है, ये ग्रीन एंड ये है. These are all our cell के components only. And maybe this is a debris which is of no use now. It's a dead cell. So what will happen? The autophagosome will fuse with the lysosome to form your autolysosome, and this will undergo bursting. This will burst out, causing the lysis of the entire debris. Okay, so this is autophagy, this is heterophagy. Okay, the name of that disease is rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah, look at the function of the lysosomes. First is intracellular digestion, heterophagy. Lysosome digests substances which enter within a cell by phagocytosis or pinocytosis. Extracellular digestion, lysosomes of osteoclasts. You have heard about this word osteoclast, that is bone eating cells. Okay, dissolving the unwanted parts of the bone. कभी कभी किसी किसी का बोन बढ़ जाता है, सुना है आपने? Especially nose का जो bone है वो बढ़ जाता है and the person will continuously have problem with cold. उसको continuous जुकाम होता है and then the doctors say कि nose का जो bone है वो बढ़ गया. So there these lysosomes in him is not getting activated, probably because of that unwanted part is still remaining intact. So that is your extracellular digestion होना compulsory होता है बेटा. Autophagy, lysosome digest old and damaged cells. During this process, the lysosomes are going to get burst open and the enzymes enclosed within the lysosome will get released. The mechanism is called as autolysis, that is starvation. Unwanted organs of the embryo are destroyed by autolysis. That is what I talked about just now, tadpole to frog. Cathepsin of lysosome digests the tail of the tadpole and gets it converted into your frog by metamorphosis. Okay, so cathepsin is the name of the chemical constituent present in the lysosome for the degradation of the tail of the tadpole to make it a frog. Fine. This is the few functions listed about of lysosomes. Yeah, what's your doubt? Also chondroclast. Yeah, chondro is going to be your this one, muscles, and osteo is going to be your bone. Okay. Ma'am, this is extreme sinus. Yeah. These sinuses, you know, like they don't get cured. You need to operate. Nose का वो bone cut करना पड़ता है बहुत बार. Without surgery है ना, मतलब temporary relief मिलता है, but वो recurrent होते हैं वो sinuses. ठीक है? Yeah. The lysosomes also help in digestion of harmful substances. WBCs will digest bacteria, germs, virus, and help to give defense to our body. So these are all important. See, they will destroy the harmful things from our body completely. They help in dissolving the egg membrane during fertilization. Do you remember this? Fertilizing, anti-fertilizing वाला जो हमने reaction देखा था, उसमें हमने lysosomal activity करके कुछ देखा था, याद है? हाँ, so that is the same thing. Yeah, it's your cartilage. You're right. So lysosomes will help in dissolving the egg membrane during fertilization. Okay. Are you don't remember? The egg, the egg needs, it has got 3 layers which needs to be pierced for the nucleus of the sperm to reach the cytoplasm of the egg. तो वहां पर हमने देखे थे reactions जहां पर ये sperm का head जो है वो hyaluronic and hyaluronidase करके हमने सुना है ना. Hyaluronidase enzyme and hyaluronic acids का reaction होता है और फिर उसको उस barrier को cross करके वो आगे चला जाता है. The same thing. That is your lysosomes. That is what we had. And that time I told you all, when I'll teach you cell unit, that time I'll talk about in detail about the lysosome. It's the same one. Okay. Crenophagy. What is crenophagy? See, excessive secretory granules of hormones in endocrine gland. Excessive secretory granules of hormones in the endocrine gland may be digested by lysosomes. So that many enzyme molecules, hormone molecules are not required. If excess of hormones will be, you know, made in our body, even it will cause some disorders. जो आप chemical control में पढ़ोगे. Chemical control करके हमारा 11th standard का एक chapter है. In that you will come to know that what is the result of excessive hormone formation. So these lysosomes will keep that thing under check, under control. That is crenophagy. This event is called as crenophagy. Thyroglobin stored in thyroid gland within its follicle, and after crenophagy, by proteosis, it produces thyroxine. So you know, thyroid का problem जिसको होता है ना, thyroid का problem. Many people nowadays कुछ भी हो जाता है तो the doctors recommend कि thyroid test करा लो. तो ये जो thyroxine है ना, it is very important in maintaining our different metabolic levels. So how the thyroxine is going to be formed is also a result of your lysosomes. Fine. So lysosomes are playing so many important roles again in our body. So ये छोटे छोटे organelles है बेटा, लेकिन ये छोटे चीजें ही बहुत बड़े बड़े काम कर रहे हैं. Fine. Understood what is this? Okay. Yeah. What's your doubt? हाँ, it's okay. It's okay. Fine. So that's all with our third organelle. And lastly, we come to the fourth organelle to complete our endomembrane system. The fourth and the final organelle is the vacuole. The vacuole is a membrane-bound space found in cytoplasm. Please understand, it's a space. It's a space. It's nothing but there will be an organelle, or it will be a cell membrane which will be enclosing a space. And this space can be filled with anything. So see, vacuoles could be filled with fluid called as cell sap, which is going to be found in your plant cells. And the cell sap will contain what all things? Cell sap will contain water, minerals, sugars, amino acid, protein, esters, alkaloids, tannin, and even the waste products. Okay. And they may have non-photosynthetic pigments present in them like anthocyanin. Anthocyanin is going to give the color to the you know, flowers, fruits and all. जो colors दिखाई देते हैं ना, It is predominantly due to ionocyanin. तो ये सारी चीजें वो सेल सैप में होती है. ये सारी चीजें. सेल सैप क्या है? सेल सैप एक लिक्विड है जो ये वैक्यूल में फिल्ड है. तो वैक्यूल क्या है बेटा? It's nothing but it's going to be a cavity that is going to be formed because of the presence of a cell membrane in between, and it will be filled with all these things. Okay, so that will be called as a vacuole. The vacuole is bound by a single membrane called as tonoplast. So the covering of the vacuole को हम कहते हैं, ये जो cell membrane का जो एक cavity बना है, उस cell membrane कैसी होती है? वो cell membrane को हम क्या कहते हैं? We call it as a tonoplast. So the covering of the vacuole is called as tonoplast. Remember this word, tonoplast. In plant cells, vacuoles occupy almost 90% of the volume of the cell. So अगर इतना बड़ा plant cell है तो इतना 90% क्या हो जाएगा? Sap vacuole ही space उसको occupy कर लेगा. Okay. In plants, the tonoplast facilitates the transport of a number of ions and other materials against the concentration gradient into the vacuole. So vacuole will be a storehouse. Vacuole will be a storehouse which will store all the above mentioned components. Water है, mineral है, esters है, alkaloids है, proteins है, amino acids है, sugars है, जो भी है ना, ये सारे इस vacuole में है ना stored है. अब और भी अगर उसके साइटोप्लाज्म में और भी ग्लूकोज आता है, प्रोटीन आता है, तो क्या होता है कि अंदर inside the vacuole the concentration of protein is very high. Outside the vacuole, that is the cytoplasm of the cell, there is some amount of protein, but ये some amount of protein को भी अंदर खींचा जाता है by active transport. तो जितना हो सके उतना जमा करना, जितना हो सके उतना स्टोर करना is the main function of your sap vacuole. So that is what they are saying, that the tonoplast facilitates the transport of a number of ions and other materials into the vacuoles by against the concentration gradient. Hence, their concentration is significantly higher into the vacuole as compared to the cytoplasm. तो अगर vacuole में से 10 grams of protein है, तो मे बी cytoplasm में 0.1 gram ही है. इतना difference होता है. Okay? In amoeba, there is going to be, instead of sap vacuole, the amoeba will have contractile vacuole, which will help it in excretion, which you have already heard of it. In many cells, as in protist, there's going to be food vacuoles, which will be formed by engulfing of food particles. तो ये जो protist होते हैं ना, ये food को engulf करते हैं और एक छोटे space में store करते हैं. This small space where they want to store the food will be called as your food vacuole. Generally, animal cells will not have vacuoles. हमारे में vacuoles नहीं होते हैं. अगर होते भी है तो they are very small vacuoles and they are temporary. They'll be immediately, you know, like हमारे cell cytoplasm में बड़े-बड़े ऐसे gaps या vacuoles या cavities नहीं होती है. This is the characteristic feature of plants. Okay. Fine. So that's all that we had to complete for endomembrane system from cell unit of life के point of view से हमारा endomembrane system खत्म हो चुका है. Any conclusion in endomembrane till now, whatever we have done? Yeah, what's your doubt, beta? बड़े काम is only because okay, fine. So any doubts, any difficulties, any doubts? Anyone who has not understood anything about it, कुछ भी point नहीं समझा हो, quickly मैं brush up कर रही हूँ. Please pay attention. The nucleus is going to signal the endoplasmic reticulum to start synthesizing proteins, endoplasmic or lipids, whatever, depending upon the आदेश जो मिला है nucleus के पास से, either the RER or the SER will become functional. If the RER becomes functional, it will produce raw protein. If SER becomes functional, it will produce raw lipid. The proteins and the lipids will be pinched off to form small vesicles. These small vesicles will then move towards the cis phase of the Golgi complexes. At the cis phase, these vesicles will get fused and engulfed. The contents will then get modified in the cisternae of the Golgi complexes to make a final, finished, manufactured, packaged, ready to use content which will be then pinched off in the form of Golgi vesicles, which would be called as secretory vesicles. If the secretory vesicles will contain hydrolytic enzymes, the inactive form, then those vesicles would be now called as primary lysosomes. The primary lysosomes are specialized to have the hydrolytic enzymes in an inactive form. To activate these inactive enzymes, there are three things that should be matched. The first thing is there is requirement of water because they are hydrolytic. Secondly, they are acid hydrolases. Therefore, the pH in the lysosomal lumen should drop down to almost pH 5. Only then it gets activated. And third, it will only get activated when the target substrate is phagocytosed or pinocytosed. The phagocytosed structure, or the phagosome as we call it, or the pinosome as we call it, will then fuse with this primary lysosomes to be now called as the secondary lysosomes. In the secondary lysosomes, the enzymes get activated. They start degrading the target substrates, causing them to get converted into easily digestible and absorbable form, which would then move into the cytoplasm. If any part of the digested food remains undigested, then now the secondary lysosome would be called as residual bodies. The residual bodies will undergo exocytosis by throwing out the undigested content outside. On the other hand, there is another group of lysosomes which may contain autophagic enzymes. That is, the cell debris or the remnants of the bones, which are of no use to our body, need to get discharged from our body. To discharge them, these lysosomes will come in contact with these structures and form autophagic vesicles. These autophagic vesicles will burst to be known as the suicidal bags and degrade these unwanted debris out of our system. The autophagic granules are also important in degradation of the tail of the tadpole during the metamorphosis from tadpole to a frog. The fourth component is going to be the vacuole, which are also a product of the Golgi vesicles. But these vesicles are going to be having a space for accumulation of anything like a sap in case of plants, or these may help in contraction for excretion as contractile vacuole in amoeba, or they may also contain food by engulfing of the food by the protist. So these are the four components of the Golgi vesicles, and these are the four organelles which are associated with endomembrane system. Any confusion, any doubt in whatever I have said till now? किसी को कोई problem है तो बोलो. Nothing? All clear? If everything is clear, that's good. So we'll stop for today. It's almost 12:05. Yeah, we'll stop for today. And tomorrow morning at 7:30, we'll go ahead with mitochondria, chloroplast, and other parts which are not a part of your endomembrane system. But I'm going to talk much in details about mitochondria, chloroplast, ribosomes, cytoskeleton if possible. And that's going to be a very important part of this chapter again. So kindly be on time. We'll start the lecture exactly by 7:30. Okay. Do we have earthworm and frog in our portion? Earthworm and frog, according to the NEET examination, they have removed earthworm and frog from your portion, but it has been observed that in spite of removing it, they are asking at least 2 questions from that content here and there. Okay, so we cannot forgo it. We cannot forgo it. Fine. Okay, so we'll see tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll go ahead with our remaining part of the chapter. Okay? Sure. Bye. Highest, I am not aware, but I have not seen the results. I have not seen the results. Okay. What is the portion for 29 December? Ma'am will tell you. Ma'am will inform you. Okay.
It was written that you will be telling us.
I'll be telling you. No.
Respective teachers will which teachers.
No, I am really not aware. I think it would be respiration only because we have just recently completed that. So it
No,
would be,
ma'am. Also, it was written that everything till now, something like that was written. All
Yeah.
the
that's what I
chapters
said.
till now.
Ma'am, Hemangi ma'am or Ishal ma'am will let you all know. Okay, Hemangi ma'am will let you all know. I'll
But
tell
in
her to.
the message, it was written that your
Yeah, but
respective
I am not
subject.
aware what I will tell you. I cannot tell you anything wrong now. If I tell you something wrong, then you will tell me that Miss, you told so we'll study it that much. So I'm really not aware of it. So ma'am will let you all know. I'll talk to ma'am. I'll tell her. Okay? Ma'am will inform you all. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.